Hello everyone, my name is BottleTopHornet and welcome back to Disaster. I was just getting ready to record. I thought I'd come over and look after my pets a little bit, and there was a creeper in the middle of all of the... Oh, we lost a few. Well, free range it is for now. Hopefully they don't get in my way when I decide to start terraforming, but... yeah. It is what it is. Welcome back to Minecraft. This is episode 9 of our Let's Play series. And in today's episode, I think what I'd like to do is actually kill the wither. Now, the reason that I want to do this and collect those wither skulls is because I've been sort of doing a little bit of calculations as to how much stone I'm going to need for all of these cliff faces that I'm going to do around the entire island. Both islands, I should say. It's a lot. Yeah. So I really want to be able to just set up a beacon and burn through a heap of materials as quick as possible, as well as just to have a beacon. Because one thing that I've noticed is while we were doing a bunch of stuff around this area, the iron farm has definitely been working. It's not amazing, it's not a great iron farm, and I think probably will eventually change it up. But, I mean, that is all you need for a full beacon, full strength beacon. So yeah, that's the plan. Kill the wither, get ourselves a beacon, and then collect as many resources as we can while doing a little bit of exploring of our world. Now, actually, before I finished editing the last episode, I did do a little bit of a fly around. I did visit a jungle, and I grabbed a bunch of bamboo so that we can grow some back here on the islands, and I can use this for decorating as well. I also actually tore down a desert temple and grabbed as much of the mossy cobblestone as I could. Well, I mean to say I grabbed all the mossy cobblestone. I don't know why I said it like that. But, as you can see, we tore through that, and now we've got this here. So hopefully that's enough for me to at least do most of the detailing that I want to as far as the mossy parts go. But we might have a little bit of a look around just to see what sort of landscapes we have. Because while we do have a lot to do on the island here, I think eventually I would like to start to spread out from here and create some different builds. Especially once we start getting to the end game where we have a lot of materials and yeah. Don't worry. There's plenty to do here, but I'm talking future. So for now, oh man, that is really sad. I'm going to clear out the inventory of the remains of our furry friends and feathered friends. And then I do have this sword that I got while I was out raiding the end, which has looting 3 and smite 5. So I'm going to use that to try and kill as many wither skeletons as I can. And I think the easiest way to do that, because there is no way of knowing how long that's going to take, is just in a quick time lapse. So let's jump into that and I'll be back with you in a second. Or so I thought. Because you see, I've been out here for a while now. And if we go to, as you can see, I have gathered some resources. But if we go to my statistics page and go to the mobs, I've killed 50 wither skeletons, and not one has dropped a wither skull. Statistically, I should have one by now. Like, surely. But as you can see, no, unfortunately not. So, I actually don't know how long this is going to take. I think I'm just going to have to continue to do this off camera, seeing if I can find, that is very annoying, seeing if I can find as many as possible. And then, I don't know, dream about making a farm for them instead. But that being said, this actually isn't, I mean, it's a good spawning spot if we could have all of this area around it sort of spawn proofed. But I don't think this nether fortress is actually the best for just natural spawns. I haven't really been able to find many very easily, so I think I might actually do a bit of a fly around and see if I can find another one somewhere else in the nether that's slightly better set up for exploring and finding wither skeletons. And then, well, I'll see if I can... Oh, let's see. On camera. The first one, come on. 4 of them, that's good, that's good. Nope. Next. Yes! You kidding? After all that. Oh my goodness. Alright. Give me some luck. You guys are just showing off now that I'm recording. Okay. Well, we have one. We have one with a skeleton skull. But if it takes us that long to get the rest of them, this could take a while. Yeah, so 54. 53. What the? Did you guys just see that too? I don't know whether I imagined that or not. I will check that in the recording.
Hello there.
So with that, I'm going to continue on my efforts in the Nether and see whether I can find... That didn't work. And see whether I can find some more. Hopefully we get a bit better luck and it doesn't take quite as many to get to the next skulls. But I'll clip that together. Couple little clips with some music since I denied you the time lapse. And then I'll get back to you once I've got all 3. Oh, I had to take a break. I'm back. I can't believe what just happened. I had such great plans for this episode, and I was so confident with all my new gear, and now I need to re-enchant some Elytra. I did go and trade some mini books again, and I lost the wither skeleton skull. Ugh, the rain is fitting. But I'm going to spend a little time. I'm going to resupply myself with some food. I'll get out of this rain because filming in the rain is terrible. Are you... And once I have myself fully restocked and resupplied, I need to start from scratch with those skeleton skulls. Alright, back to business. And here we are. We did it. A small success after the many failures of today's episode so far. We can get back... Ooh, a bit laggy. We can get back home with our goods. 3 wither skeleton skulls. Thank goodness. Now it actually went a little bit quicker than, well, how it was at the start. If we go to my statistics, how many have I killed? 110. So it took us 53 to get our first skull, which we lost. But it only took us another, what, close to 60, maybe, to get the next 3? Yeah, that's not bad. It's like 1 every 20. But I think it was a little bit closer in some points. So it doesn't really matter. So we have our skulls. Now we have to decide how we're going to kill the wither. I think I'm probably just going to do it the sort of cheatsy way. At least, what is it with Enderman? I think for me, the easiest way that I've found to do it, actually, I'll just show you. So, as you can see, we do have a beacon set up now. And unfortunately, I don't know whether it's because I'm still sort of learning how all of this works or not, but I recorded the clip of me fighting the wither, which should be on the replay mod, so I can still show it off while I'm chatting about this now. But I did fight the wither and got myself the nether star. But for some reason, when I got into where I was fighting the wither, the audio in my recordings just stopped. I don't exactly know what happened, but there was like 25 minutes of me chatting away and explaining how these beacons work, and there's just no audio. So here it is. One of the main things that you need to know for a beacon is that it needs 164 blocks of resource blocks, I think you would call them. Either iron, gold, emerald, diamonds, or netherite. And it also needs access to the sky. So as you can see up there, we've got a glass block that goes straight through to the sky. And so this has access. Now, what you need to do is pop into this menu here, and there's a bunch of different effects that you can add. And it all costs one single piece of resource to activate it. So, say for example you wanted speed, and since this is a full tier beacon, as you can see, 1 tier you can do haste and speed, 2 tier you can add the resistance and jump boost, 3rd tier you can add the strength, and with the 4th tier you can either get one of these and a regeneration buff, or you can get a level 2 version. So let's do the level 2 speed for now, for example, and you'll see up the top right corner in just a second. There we go. Now we're fast. The beautiful thing about these beacons is you can have more than one effect by having extra beacons. So I could have the speed, but I could also have the resistance or the damage boost at the same time. So that's why a lot of people really like to get themselves a bunch of beacons as they sort of head towards the end game. But the real reason that I want it is because if we pop on haste 2, and as you see we have an efficiency 5 level pickaxe, that allows instant mining of resources. Oh my goodness, it almost seems too good to be true. But as you can see, I can just swing my mouse back and forth and uncover a ridiculous amount of area very, very quickly, which allows for super fast gathering of resources, especially sort of slower stuff like stone. And so when people are sort of looking for diamonds or want to gather a few shulker boxes of stone or just want to do some general mining, having a beacon like this is just invaluable. It makes things so much faster as far as how much ground you can cover and how many resources you can gather. That's definitely a slime chunk over there. And now the only thing stopping us from, gathering as much as we want is the durability on our equipment. So definitely eventually going to have to get ourselves a XP farm of some form, but I do think that when we set up our trading hall after the renovation or terraforming of the island, we should be able to get enough experience by constantly trading with them to at least keep ourselves mostly stocked with mended up gear. But with that being said, I think it's time. I think it's actually time to really dig in. I'm going to put on some music, maybe some podcasts, and I'm just going to collect many shulkers worth of stone and grass and all sorts of goodies and get ourselves prepared for this next episode. So, roll the time lapse. And welcome back. So, I think I've got enough. I think I have all the resources that I need. This stack here is all my smooth stone, which is going to do the bulk of the work of creating all these cliffs. Now I have a bunch of grass as well for filling in, because sort of the way that this is at the moment, you can see that it curves like that. I sort of want to make it come out and then drop down like this, which means that I'm going to have to fill in, sort of create a larger, flatter area on the top of these islands. So I need the grass for that. And then I have some greenery, which I can use to sort of decorate it up. I have a couple of shulkers of cobblestone, and I have a little bit more still in storage down there. And then this is all the andesite that I managed to get from all the mining that I've done so far. So I'll have to use that a bit sparingly, just to add a little bit of texture. But at the end of the day, if I want to go back later after finding a lot more and just refill in some texture across all of these cliffs, that's going to be alright. But with that, I'm going to end the episode here. This is sort of the transition point between all the building up and getting ourselves to a point of having all the equipment that we need, and also sort of the end of my semi-tutorial parts of this series, where I'm just sort of filling in some friends on what's going on as far as end game things in Minecraft. And now I'm sort of in the position where I can start to be creative again. And, you know, I did a little bit of decorating with this stuff, but once I really dig into this next episode and terraforming these islands, I'm going to start building again. I have plans to build a nice barn area over there for the animals and do some farms and stuff, like automatic farms, mob farms and whatnot. I'm really excited to getting into fixing up this area and digging out the underside of here so that I can create a proper villager trading hall. So there's all sorts of things, as in creative wise, that I get to do once I've finished this terraforming, which I'm really excited about. That's sort of mostly what I prefer to do as far as playing Minecraft, is just building and making little farms and things like that. But I had to reach the point where I was decked out and had all the equipment that I wanted. I actually did, if I can find a ender chest, I did manage to combine up and create a second pickaxe. So you can see that one's basically out of durability. But this second one here, I've traded with my villagers and actually fixed up both these tools, the shovel and the pickaxe, so that I can continue to work out here without worrying about it breaking. But eventually we're going to have to, as we sort of build up a stockpile of more tools, because you can see I have some other ones here that are ready to have Silk Touch put on them. And I have this really nice Fortune one as well. So it's going to get to the point where, as those wear out, I'll need a decent XP farm, or at least this trading hall set up so that I can get decent amounts of XP to repair them. So yeah, with all that, I know this episode's actually come out a fair bit quicker than the last few. I'm sort of getting into the groove of it, and I feel like I'm starting to understand how to film my episodes and sort of make it easier for myself as far as editing and putting them together. I'm actually really starting to enjoy it. It's not that I wasn't enjoying it before, but as the workload becomes easier and as I get more efficient at it, it becomes less of a chore. A couple of things I'd like to ask, if anyone's watching up to this point, is the songs that I use and stuff, they're just sort of songs that I enjoy listening to. And if it's not exactly what you enjoy, or if you don't think it works for the time lapses and stuff, please leave a comment, let me know if you prefer something else. I'm always on the search for different songs and different ways to improve the feel of the episodes. I feel like the quality is sort of naturally just going to get better as we go, but you know, there is a certain part of making these videos that has to do with the song choices and how I present these time lapses and such. But yeah, for the few who are watching so far, I mean, I really do value your opinion, and thank you so much to the people who are commenting. It really does actually make my day just to see that people are hopefully enjoying these episodes and looking forward to me putting out more. It's great motivation. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Likes and comments are very much appreciated, as I always say, and subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, I plan on doing this for a long time yet, and I hope that everyone who's already here watching is looking forward to sticking around and seeing what becomes of this world. So until our next episode, which is definitely going to be the biggest as far as effort goes, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you take care of yourself, and I'll see you in our terraforming megasode. Take care.